Hello once again, my grade 4 students. This lesson is a continuation of lesson 2, Early History of the Northeast. The learning objective is to explain the Northeast role in the American Revolution. The Northeast Colonies. During the 1600s, grade 4, English settlers founded 8 colonies in the Northeast. The colonists, or people living in colonies, were from all over Europe. To build their colonies, they bought land or took it by force from Native Americans in the region. Okay, and then as the colonies grew, so did their economies. Some coastal towns grew into port cities. Remember, when you see port, it is a trading center where goods are put onto or taken off ships. The three largest cities in the colonies were Boston, New York City, and Philadelphia, and all grew up around ports. Farmers and traders, grade 4, traveled to ports to sell their goods like grain, flour, lumber, furs, dried meat, and salted fish. Okay, meat was dried and fish was salted to preserve it for a long time since people did not have their refrigerators or freezers in the 1600s and 1700s. All right, so you can see here in the picture that people are busy doing their business with the rest of the colonies or the native people. Self-government. By 1733 class, England, or Britain as it became known after 1707, had 13 colonies along the Atlantic coast. The colonists had to follow the British laws. However, they governed themselves in many ways. Each colony set up its own government, and each colony elected most of its leaders, and colonists also wrote their own laws. Okay, just to give you more information about this, British colonist class lived under two governments, the British government and the colonial government. Each government had its own leaders and its own laws. Then the British government appointed some colonial leaders while the colonists elected others. All right, so we have one question here. Why did port cities grow? Okay, it's because they were trading centers. Forming a nation. Before discussing the new laws in the colonies grade 4, let me tell you first that the British colonists elected their own colonial leaders. However, they did not have their representation or representative in the British government in England. Okay, so now let's find out what were the new laws in the colonies. In the 1760s, Britain started passing laws for the colonies, and some laws actually forced colonists to pay taxes. Others made it difficult for them to trade or to do some business. These laws, grade 4, angered many colonists, and they shouted, "No taxation without representation." And also, some colonists wrote newspaper articles to speak out against the laws. Others refused to buy British goods like tea. Although most colonists liked tea, grade 4, many switched to hot chocolate, coffee, or a drink made from herbs that they grow, and they called it Liberty tea. Now let's find out the Declaration of Independence. In 1775, students, fighting started between colonists and British soldiers in Massachusetts. Representatives from all but one of the colonies gathered in Pennsylvania to decide what to do. The representatives decided to write a declaration or unofficial statement of independence. Virginian Thomas Jefferson did most of the writing actually, and Benjamin Franklin and John Adams also helped him. And in July 1776, colonial leaders signed the Declaration of Independence. Fighting for independence. The American Revolution students had officially begun. Again, when you say revolution, it is a major, sudden change in government or in people's lives. Actually, this revolution meant war because it caused a lot of hardships for everyone. Yet, George Washington, as you can see here in the picture, the leader of the American army, never gave up. So students, after 8 years of fighting, the colonists defeated the British. Then a treaty signed in 1783 officially ended the war, and the colonists had formed a new nation, the United States of America. All right, so to sum up everything, Native Americans hunted and farmed in the Northeast for centuries before settlers arrived. Then the English settlers built colonies with busy port cities. And the third one, when British lost angered the colonists, they fought for and won independence. Alright, so that's for today, grade 4. I hope you learned something. Bye for now.